I'm Peter Kujawa with Service Leadership, a division of ConnectWise.
I'm Dan Scott, IT Nation Community Director here at ConnectWise. Peter, 2023 Remuneration Report from Service Leadership, it's out.
Service Leadership historically did a report up until 2016, and so our most recent data on remuneration or compensation, depending on the country or region, was pretty dated. It was 8 years old, and there wasn't a week that went by that I didn't get asked for up-to-date data. And for obvious reason, if you're a managed service provider, or frankly, any TSP, paying your people is your largest cost as a business. And with wage inflation, with all the competition for talent, we were getting questions week after week about what should I be paying a level one? What should I be paying for increases? Should I be doing bonuses? Should I be tying any of my people into incentive compensation? So all these kind of questions were coming up, and we just didn't have current data. And we don't like that. We're the data people. We like having data that's fresh. Every quarter we benchmark the industry worldwide, and so we felt the need to bring the report back. So we brought it back. Anybody who supplied their data in November and December will get a free copy of the report, and they'll be the first to get their hands on it. Anybody who didn't supply their data is not out of luck. They'll be able to buy a copy of the report, and they'll get it at the end of April.
Fantastic. And normally the first question that I will get from our EMEA partners is how much of the data is comprised of businesses that operate within my region?
Quite a bit. So we had a good turnout of benchmarking participants from EMEA specifically. And so what you'll see in the report is the report's going to be about 375 pages of data. And wherever possible, we break that data out by region. So there will be a lot of EMEA specific data by position, by profitability quadrant. So overall, there will be a lot of EMEA specific data in there.
Any highlights you can share with us today?
Yeah, we're really unique. There's other providers out there that might be able to tell you what certain positions are being paid. But the Service Leadership Report's unique in really two ways. Number one is we're the only company that has specific data to our industry. Typically, if you go out to get IT remuneration information, it's going to include data on enterprise positions and other positions that are not necessarily fully relevant to what an MSP or a VAR is paying their people. Because the positions are different. The skill sets, the needs, the experience level, all of that's different. Our report is 100% made up of data from our industry. Number two is because we have profitability data, we were able to correlate the remuneration data and look at not only what are the averages of certain positions being paid, but what are the most profitable companies doing and what are the least profitable companies doing. And so we'll have some data that we'll be showing in there on that. One example is in our entire data set, including in EMEA specifically, the percentage of variable pay as a percentage of total pay was much higher for the best in class than the bottom quartile. And I've heard for years from EMEA MSPs that our guidance on paying incentive compensation, Peter, that's good guidance everywhere else. Maybe that works in North America, but over here, nobody likes to do variable pay, and we just don't do variable pay. The data says that's not true. There's a smaller percentage of total annual earnings tied to variable pay, but the most profitable MSPs in EMEA are paying about 2 to 3 times as much variable pay as a percentage of total annual earnings to their employees as the bottom quartile. So definitely companies here are paying, and those are for both staff positions and for manager positions, and we'll show those percentages in the report. So you'll see data like that. It's really, really fun, interesting data to look through. Well, fun for a data guy.
Fantastic. And so how can partners get access to the report?
Well, there'll be 2 versions. So we'll have a free executive summary version that'll be about a 12-page report. And so they'll be able to download that, and they can go to Service Leadership or ConnectWise and follow us, and there'll be a lot of information on that available. The second is if they want to get a full copy of the report, they should reach out to their ConnectWise sales rep, and their ConnectWise sales rep will be able to get them a full copy of the report.
Peter, how could the owner or leader of a TSP business utilize the Service Leadership 2023 Remuneration Report to operationalize their business over the next 12 to 24 months? How can they action it?
There's a few ways. Number one is you should have an idea of whether you're paying your people the right amount. The largest cost for any TSP, especially for an MSP who's delivering higher percentages of services, the highest cost that they have is the cost of their people. So it's critically important that they know that they're paying the right amount. As they're adding people, that they're paying the right amount. As people are asking for raises, as they're determining what to do, because you have to run your business in a way that's profitable and sustainable long term. And they also should know if they're underpaying their people. So the report itself will give great guidance to TSP owners to understand if they're paying their people what they should be paying their people.
So Peter, the 2023 Service Leadership Remuneration Report, why is it especially important at this time?
Well, over the last couple of years, Dan, as you know, and as every MSP owner certainly knows, there's been tremendous pressure on wages. And what you pay your employees has always been the single largest input of cost for any MSP or TSP. But especially today, with all of the inflationary pressures in the economy, it's especially important today to understand what the right amount is to pay your people.